Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We were talking about
Hi.
batteries and solar panels. That is Slabwrangle that just said hi.
Yes.
And I is Bosvark or Zaffageek. If you're watching, why do I switch over to an Afrikaans English accent, eh? If you are watching me on the Twitch, you know me better as Zaffageek.
That is a Hollywood Benoni accent.
Yes, if you watch me on Twitch, I'm better known as Zaffageek. And on the YouTubes, well, I'm known as Bosvark or probably Zaffageek, I don't know. What am I known as? Leave a comment. What do you know me as? Do you know me as Bosvark or Zaffageek? Or that guy that randomly switches to Afrikaans accents? Leave a comment below and we'll talk about it. So, we were talking about what?
Peg.
The
Perpetual
ethical generations.
Sure, that's one way.
Okay.
Or the perpetual energy generator.
Oh yeah.
Now, in theory, a perpetual energy generator is not possible. Because why? Energy cannot be created or destroyed, it can only be transferred from one source to another. If you have a perpetual energy generator, you are eventually going to get to a scenario where all the energy in the universe is located in a single place.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, can't be done. We can't do it as the way we understand things at the moment. Let me not say can't be done and then like next week it comes out and they've now invented the perpetual energy generator. No.
Yeah, okay. At the current time, which is May the 23rd? 24th? May the 24th, 2015.
Yes. So, yes, according to our current standards of what we understand on physics, and that is you can't create a perpetual energy generator simply because you would eventually have a sinkhole sucking all the energy in the universe to one place, and you can't do that. Now, in theory, if you have a solar panel on your roof, transferring light to a light source, or transferring energy to a light source inside your home, which then powers another solar generator. In theory, yes, you could kind of, I suppose, look at that as a perpetual energy generator. However, you're going to have losses. The photons being generated inside your house will never equal the photons that are being received by your solar panels on your roof.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a loss there. Furthermore, the energy that is required to light your house will be more than the amount of energy you are gaining from the solar panels inside.
Oh, so here's a question then.
Yes.
Here's a question, the whole perpetual energy thing. I'm not trying to try and outsmart you or try and out-question you, but you know those small wind turbines you get that you can put on your roof that looks like crushed cans or like split open cans? Where the slightest where they pick up the slightest wind and they do their turbine thing, they twist and turn and whatever.
Yeah.
Say you put that on top of your house, right?
Yes.
And then you get a room full of 2 or 3 of these things with a fan or 2 blowing in on the one side and an extractor fan or something on the other side or whatever, trying to get the flow of air going, right? Would that then eventually create enough to keep you sustained, or will you still lose? Because that is a closed-off environment where stuff like wind or sound or whatever won't affect. The only wind affecting the thing will be the wind that you're using to create the energy. Would it be possible to create energy to at least sustain the house?
No, you're going to get extreme losses. Wind is one of the least efficient of generating systems because you can never get it into a specific straight line. It's always in multiple directions. Like even a wind blowing in one direction changes directions. But furthermore, you have to look at another principle. When you're looking at wind and solar, you have to look at how power is generated. Power in this sense is angular velocity or spinning speed multiplied by your torque, which is essentially power under load. Well, it's not a very good description, but essentially torque is how strong the thing can spin against a resistance. So a high velocity low torque fan would be the type of fan that is in your computer. These things spin at quite a high rate. I think they spin at like 3,000, 4,000 RPM, which is pretty damn fast. But they've got like zero torque, which means you can stop them with your finger, right? Then something that's got high torque and low velocity would be
a fan in your ceiling.
Yeah,
ceiling
I suppose. I'm
No?
thinking of more like rock crushers, right? Those things only move at like 3 or 4 RPM, right? But they crush rock, which means they will always be moving at 3 or 4 RPM. They are not affected by the resistance that the rock supplies, you know?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That is high torque, low speed, right? Now, you multiply speed and torque together, you get power. So let's say your little tin can fans on your roof generate 10 watts of power, right? You then transfer this to your fan on the inside of your house. You've got losses along the cable, and again you have to convert electrical energy into kinetic energy, which means that your fan, if you're lucky, will only generate about 8 watts of wind power, which then your inside tin cans will pick up, and they will then only generate 6 watts or so, right? So every time you change from one system to another, you're going to get losses. So again, no.
Okay. No, I was wondering about that, like, hey, maybe you can do that. And I always wondered why nobody did it, and now I know.
There is one way.
I'm listening.
It's a theoretical device known as the monopole magnet.
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay. Now, you know all magnets have 2 poles or dipole, which is they've got a positive and a negative, right? And if you take the positive and negative and make them swap places rapidly inside a coil or electrical solenoid, or no, not solenoid. What is the layman's term? A coil.
Yeah, I know what you're
coil.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. That will generate EMF, and you can then, harness that. But it requires the magnet to rapidly switch poles, which requires some form of kinetic energy input, right? Now, if you have a monopole magnet, the theory is that it can just stand there and it will force something to spin in close proximity to it if that thing is magnetically susceptible.
Okay.
So it can then use the energy from the magnet to power a turbine or something. So still not quite perpetual energy, but how long does a magnet retain its magnetism? Like 50,000 years?
Yes.
So that's one way of approaching the principle of free energy. But again, even if you were to find a monopole magnet, It's still not perpetual energy. It's just a really, 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 really long time of power.
Huh. That's cool. Huh.
It's roughly similar to that science experiment we did in like, I think it was grade
Oh, by the way, you were in
8.
an English school, so your science experiments might have been slightly cooler.
You know that one, build a motor. Did you guys not build a motor in
Oh
level
no,
7?
no, you guys were still on the old system, technically, where
Yeah.
you still did that in science. We didn't do
Yeah.
it. Grade 7.
Yes.
That's primary school.
No, sorry, grade 8. Grade 8 or 9. It was somewhere there.
Oh, in high school.
Yeah.
No.
Well, junior high.
No. Or middle school for the
okay.
Americans.
Middle school, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you take a conductor, right? Like a piece of iron or something. You wrap copper wire around it. And then you've got the electromagnet, right?
Yes.
Then you put it in a housing that has got 2 magnets on opposite ends.
Mm.
And you supply it with power, it'll spin if it's pivoted freely, right?
Mm.
That's the principle behind every form of electrical motor. It's a coil inside of a magnetic field that as soon as power is supplied to rapidly change the polarities of the magnet,
Yeah.
the shaft will spin.
Mm.
Now, again, the dipole or the monopole magnet, you do not have to rapidly change the polarities of the magnet because it's only got one pole.
Ah.
So it will spin for you.
Okay then.
But like I said, it's theoretical.
It's theoretical. Just a thing, I'm gonna build the shell of the house, i.e. the outside walls.
Yes.
Because I think I will only have enough stone to do the outside walls. Or bricks.
You can ignore the inner walls for now, because I don't know what I want to do there.
Mm.
Maybe columns or something there.
Okay.
Yes, I'm busy with the dungeon underneath. I need some smooth stone, but you're busy with the furnaces, so I'll just dig it out for now.
Furnaces. Oh, didn't you get the smooth stone that I put in the box?
Sure I did, and I used it up.
Like the smooth stone in here? No, it's not. Here it is. This one here.
Which one? Bottom one.
Middle one. Stone.
Oh, there it is. I see it now. Cool.
Yeah. You were busy cooking that up, and I put that in.
Ah, I
that
see.
chest.
I thought I used it up. I thought I used it all.
Okay, what I can do for you, however, is I don't want to see what you're doing with the dungeon. Yeah, that's the thing. I've never... This is how important teachers are. I've never had a teacher that inspired me to do or to focus on one thing in school.
Yeah.
You know, there's usually like a thing of like, you find a teacher at some point in your life where it's like, oh, I'm going to go into languages. Oh, I'm going to do this, right? Or I'm going to go into sciences. I don't know if you or into electrical stuff. Don't know if you had a teacher like that, but usually a lot of people have the
a lot of
the
people
fortune of having one such a teacher. I personally never had such a teacher, and knowing what I know now, if I had a like science teacher that made things a little bit more interesting or made science more exciting for me at that stage, I probably would have done something in the sciences. Right, like electrical engineering or whatever. Like, I would have probably gone into the sciences, or mathematicians, or accounting, whatever.
No,
But I know now that
I'd,
I do have an interest in sciences, but it's a case of
it
like,
wasn't there earlier.
if it was, if that thing was actually, that flame was lit while I was younger, I think I would have been somewhere there.
Ah, well, in my case, yes, I did have an awesome teacher that did inspire us to do, creative thinking,
Yeah.
break the boundaries of the box, and all of that. But oddly enough, I was inspired into my career by none other than Mr. Gordon Freeman.
Funny you should say that. We have a friend that got interested in scientific fields through Half-Life 1.
Yes.
The blonde guy, you know him.
Blonde guy.
The big blonde guy, he's in
yes.
Cape Town.
Yes.
I actually did a video on his Why I Play. And in that thing that he wrote me, it's like, I started playing Half-Life 1, and that actually got me into the sciences and the theories that science can have and all that. That got him into actually researching on stuff. And I'm like, yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people were inspired by Gordon Freeman. And I will tell you why next episode.
Yeah, because the alarm went off. I tried to silence it. I hope it was silent enough. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, where Slab Wrangle will talk about Gordon Freeman and why a lot of people was inspired by him. Until then, have a good one.
Goodbye.